Well, it's a beautiful morning out there, and you know what day it is? It's Eagles game day. Oh, yeah. First one of the season. Well, it is. It's that time. It's week one. It's Sunday. Sunday around just before noon. Kicking off game day 2014, the opener, the season opener, the home opener for the Eagles, and really looking forward to it. I thought I would film more during the game, but since it is the first game, I'm just gonna focus on that, not worry about filming anything or anything. But I'll have some commentary after the game about the game, how it went, the Eagles and the Jaguars. Preseason was very interesting. The Eagles go 2-2. I was at the third game, which was the first home game of the preseason against Pittsburgh on my birthday, August 21st. Eagles won that game. They dominated the Steelers in that game, and it was great to see that after a few kind of shaky performances by their starters in the first two games. They really put it all together against Pittsburgh in the third preseason game. Great, times in the preseason. Saw a couple practices. There was a practice at Franklin Field. I'll have some footage of that as well at the end of this video. So getting ready to watch the game. You see, I'm in the man cave right here, and I got the TV on right there. There are the Eagles there. Little game day live action on a local Fox affiliate. So looking forward to it. Really, excited for the kickoff. It's great to have football back, and of course the Eagles in particular. So looking forward to it. I think they'll take care of business today against Jacksonville. As for my season prediction, I think the Eagles will go 11-5. That's one more win than a year ago. I know it's a tough schedule, but if they're going to be a good team, they gotta prove it this year and win. I think they will and win one more game than they did a year ago. I think they'll win the NFC East, get back to the playoffs, win a couple playoff game or two. My preseason NFL pick video, I do have the Saints over the Broncos over the Saints. I'm forgetting my prediction already, but the Broncos over the Saints in Super Bowl 49. But my heart hopes that this will finally be the year that the Eagles win it. I didn't want to pick them because I don't want to jinx them. But anyhow, this is Season of the Fan. Week 1, the kickoff to the NFL season for the Eagles anyhow starts today and for most other teams. So let's get going, and I'll see you after the game. Go Birds! That's right, those are the winning lights of this hat. One of the traditions I have while watching Eagles games is when they score touchdowns, I turn the hat on. It's a light up fiber optic Eagles hat, and when they win, I turn it on too. There's some other traditions I have, but I'll get to those in a future video. But anyhow, the Eagles do pull it off. Oh my goodness, just 34-17, the final against Jacksonville. They're 1-0. And the Redskins lost, and Dallas is losing big at halftime. It's always good to see them lose. In a week where the Eagles win and Dallas loses, that's a perfect weekend of football right there. But no, the Eagles were trailing 17-0 at that. I wish I would have filmed some. I do apologize about that, but it's week 1. It's the kickoff. It's the new TV. I wanted to just be focused completely on the game and not like, okay, I have to film this. I have to film, edit and I did the editing later, but still, it's like it's week. I just want to focus on the game. But this series, one of the things I'm going to bring to you is going to be the reactions. You're going to see me watching games. You're going to see me friends sometimes. Whatever. Watching the games, the reactions, the emotions. That's something I really want to convey and bring into this series, the Season of the Fan. And, so I definitely... I feel bad I didn't film today, during the game, because it was the perfect game to do so, because, there was a roller coaster of emotions going on. So the Eagles had the home opener, of course, the week 1, the opening week, kickoff weekend, and so... They go down 17-0 in the first half, and Nick Foles with 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, 1 interception, and it's not looking good. Defense isn't playing that great. They're making Chad Henne look like Tom Brady at times, and they're just making. I do believe the Jaguars will be an improved team this year, but come on, there's still a team that's going to be in the top 5 lottery, picking or lottery. They don't do that in the NFL. Top 5 pick in the NFL draft going into next season. So more than likely. So these are teams. You know what? You're going to be one of those upper echelon teams. You got to beat these teams. And there was a time that the Eagles would always seem to lose to one of these teams. In fact, they did it last year. They lost at Minnesota. But it's just so maddening watching that first half of the game. Just saying, what the hell's going on? I felt like Vince Lombardi in that old footage of him. What the hell's going on around here? It's just, just couldn't do anything. The one positive, the special teams, they're going to be really good this year. They blocked a field goal attempt. They recovered a punt on like the 1 yard line. The punt coverages, the kickoff coverages were really good. And now they have a kicker that can kick the ball out of the end zone, which is always good. Shout out to Harkey, the rookie kicker. He goes 2 for 2 in field goals, and he boots the ball out of the end zone on kickoffs, something that Alex Henry could not do. So, it looks like we have a pretty good kicker so far. Hey, it's only a small sampling, but he beat out Henry in the preseason, which really isn't that hard to do, but he did beat him out, and then had a really good start to his NFL career. Gotta give the kickers credits from time to time too. So perfect on the day and really good kickoffs. The Jaguars never really got anything going on special teams. But yeah, so the Eagles are down 17-0. I'm getting calls and texts from friends, and I picked the Eagles in the WIP suicide pool too, so I'm starting to get some heat on that too. And it's just not looking good. The Eagles are playing so flat. They look like the old Andy Reid Eagles, from time to time. They're just coming out flat, just not playing. And then the second half comes, and to their credit, I even get like a little ESPN notice on my phone, and it says the Eagles, the last time the Eagles overcame a 17-point deficit to win a game was in 2005 against Kansas City or something like that. And I'm going, oh, this is just not looking good here. And to their credit, they did come back, and they put up 34 unanswered points. The defense was just dominant in the second half, putting a lot of pressure on Henne, and shutting down the running game. And the offense, did what, we remember seeing them do last year. Quick plays, big plays, open receiver, wide open Jeremy Maclin for the go-ahead score. They get a late defensive score. They played really well second half, all around. Offense, defense, and special teams. And they got the win. And that's important. It's much better to be 1-0 than 0-1. But that being said, wanted to see them get off to a better start next week. And they have to on the road, Monday Night Football. So I'll get to do the Monday Night theme song here. So the Eagles will be playing on. Shout out to my buddy Mark for the card. But the Eagles will be playing Monday night next week. Next week at Indianapolis against the Colts, and definitely don't want to get off to a 17-0 deficit in that game. But there's lessons learned every week for teams, and the Eagles are still a team that still coming together, still learning what it takes to continue to win. And this season, for the first time in a while, there's expectations on them. So, they came out flat, but they rebounded, and they played really well, and they were dominant, as you should be against a team like Jacksonville. With all due respect to Jacksonville, they are doing some improvements, some good things there, but they're still a few years away from really competing. And, it's a team you got to put away, and the Eagles did that late. They didn't do it early, but they did it late, and it was good to see. And as I sit here, Dallas is losing 28-3 at the half. Always good to see it. And the Redskins lost at Houston. So the Eagles could be, depending on what the Giants do tomorrow night, Monday night in against the Lions, the Eagles could be the only 1-0 team in the division. Or, if anything else, they'll be tied with the Giants. And it's good to get off to a quick, good start, particularly because of the start to their schedule. They're playing at Indianapolis, home for Washington, and then at San Francisco. So, they're going, road, home, road, a lot of traveling, and against some tough teams. So, good to see them, get off to this 1-0 start. Much rather take this than 0-1 and losing to Jacksonville in week 1. I mean, that's just such an embarrassment if that would have happened. You're like, oh. But they did come back and win, and oh boy, talk about the emotion, though, up and down roller coaster, just But that's what it is to be a fan, and you root with the heart on the sleeve, and that's exactly what it was. I wish I had video to show it, but I will for the rest of the games. Don't you worry. Really happy to be 1-0. I'd take 1-0 over 0-1 any day, but there were some issues with the game, with what happened because of their slow start and because of they have some injuries. I mean, Evan Mathis got hurt, and it looks like just from seeing how he got hurt, it looks like it could be a season-ending injury. They're already without Lane Johnson, and the offensive line is such a strength of this team. Last year, they didn't get hurt at all, and you knew they couldn't do that again. It's so rare that you're going to see that, particularly with a line, offense or defense, to stay healthy all year. But it was one of their big strengths last year, and already without Lane Johnson for 4 games because of PED use. Now Mathis, and you're looking at 2 guys off of the starting line from last year. And you got to wonder, and the second half they played really well offensively. Darren Sproles, I'll tell you, what a great player he is with the returns on special teams and giving Shady the blows on offense. And he had a big touchdown. He kind of set the tempo for the second half with a big touchdown run on 4th and 1. He was able to dart through the hole and get in there for a touchdown. Take it all the way for a touchdown. The Eagles, like I said, put it away late. Defensively, they played awesome. If they can play like that for a full half next week against the Colts, it would be great. But then again, the Colts, they have Andrew Luck, and they're a great team, particularly at home. So it's going to be a tough game, but I still feel confident and, positive. Obviously, they could have lost the game down 17-0. They could have, crumbled within the moment and lose the game, but they didn't. And I think that just says a lot about the team. Even though they're playing Jacksonville, you know what? You're down 17-0. You come back and win and don't allow another point to your opponent in the process. That goes a long way. And in some ways, it's good for them to get off to a start like this, where everything didn't go perfect. And they had to come back from behind, and they showed now that they can come back from behind. In some ways, it's good to be tested and to come back and win a game like this. And, it kind of sets the tone for the season. Now, you don't want to get off to slow starts every week, but at least they prove that they can come back and win a game, with a lot of pressure on them. The Philly fans, we can get on you if you're not producing right away. And, but, they're able to turn the boos into cheers at the end, and that's the important thing. So, the Eagles win. The Eagles win 34-14 is the final. That's 34-17 rather. Forgot about that field goal. 34-17 is the final. They're 1-0, and now they go on to take on Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium next Monday night. So looking forward to that game. I hope to have another little segment in here between now and then of course get to the game next week, another game day. And but for now, I'm going to watch the rest of Dallas losing. Always a good thing. And hopefully, hey, it's just the start of the second half. The Eagles came from a 17-0 deficit, but they're down 28-3. So, yeah, I'm hoping that holds. Good to see Dallas losing. Good to see. Eagles win, Dallas loses. A perfect weekend. But anyhow, that's going to do it. Now, I did say at the beginning here I would show some scenes from the preseason. Going back to the preseason, there was the Eagles held an open practice. One of their open practices was at Franklin Field. And Franklin Field is where the Eagles last won a championship way back in 1960. That's before I was around. But that was the last place where they won a championship. They beat Vince Lombardi's Packers. It's been a while. But I'm hoping it's a good omen that they held a practice on the field where the Eagles last won a professional and national football championship. And of course, it happened way back in 1960. But gonna end with a little scene or two from that practice. And yeah, until the next part of this episode for this series, I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm enjoying making it. So anyhow, that's gonna do it for me. And now we go to way back in I believe it was either July or August. I forget exactly. Late July, early August, to Franklin Field to have a little footage from that practice. Eagles win. They're 1-0, and let's go get them next week at Indianapolis.